in terms of PR on the world stage. So the idea that Trump would somehow be good for Netanyahu, I'm not sure that's true. Thomas Friedman, thank you very much for joining us. We always appreciate
Okay.
whenever you can give us the time. Thanks, Lawrence. Always good to be with you.
That was quick.
Very quick.
The quality on this is very good, just like tie. It had real good reviews. I like this one here, very pretty. Martin, you can tell when he really wants something. He wanted me to just buy them and he would pay for them.
Ah, okay.
So I said, well, let me just get him, I figured I'd get him that for his anniversary gift. And the one that you got for him, I'll keep. So we'll trade.
Okay.
Okay, I'll be back.
Đúng như mấy bạn mình cũng đi tất cả các sản phẩm là bằng đổi đơn hàng viền, đổi đơn cho mình nha. Đổi hàng như vậy là hàng đổi đơn nha.
And good evening. Tonight, millions of Americans marveling over the magic of this year's solar eclipse. People from all walks of life taking in the unbelievable sight as the moon passes between the Earth and the sun, temporarily blocking the sun's light. From Eagle Pass, Texas, to Indianapolis, to Carbondale, Illinois, and all the way up to Maine, these were some spots in the 15 states that were able to experience totality. The celestial phenomenon viewable in forms across 40 states, the path of totality stretching 100 miles wide, extending across the continent. In Mexico, one of the first places in North America to see the moon completely cover the sun. Dallas, Texas was the largest city in the path of the eclipse. People there telling our Al Roker it was such an emotional moment to catch a glimpse for the first time. Temperatures dropping 4 degrees as the sun faded away. In Russellville, Arkansas, hundreds of couples gathered for a mass wedding at the total eclipse of the Heart Festival, saying "I do" moments before taking in totality. And check out this time lapse from Toledo. People there in awe as sky watchers plunged into complete darkness. Even among all the hustle and bustle of the Big Apple, New Yorkers stopped in their tracks to look up, amazed at the universe around them. In just minutes, top story goes where no show has gone before. We'll speak live to one of the galaxy's greatest thespians and space ambassadors, William Shatner. But right now, the moment bringing humanity together for one of the most anticipated events in so long. NBC's Lester Holt witnessed the magical moment from Indianapolis. He starts off our coverage tonight.
It didn't matter where you were. The reactions were the same. Joy, awe, and wonder. A shared experience for millions of people today who had a front row seat to history on the horizon.
Just seeing how it got dark, that was an experience that, it's like unforgettable.
I'm glad to be a part of something like this.
People flocked to the path of totality, wider than it was in 2017 and stretching across 15 states from the Pacific to the Atlantic. Our correspondents were spread across it as the moon shadow moved from the southwest to the northeast. Morgan Chesky in his hometown of Kerrville, Texas.
And everyone is in awe right now of this 4 minutes and 24 seconds, which I have to tell you is feeling a little like an eternity right now. The buildup was so strong as we saw the moon slide in front of the sun that when it finally happened, you almost had to picture yourself.
Soaking up the moment with his family.
Little 10-month-old Eleanor about to get her very first eclipse. I know it's a lot to take in, honey, but Olivia, oh, it's a lot. I know. I wouldn't be anywhere else other than with y'all right now.
There it goes. In Dallas, Al Roker.
Yeah! Woo! Oh! Yeah! Here are the beads! Here are the beads! You saw, oh, look at this! Look at this!
And in Maine, Kate Snow, surrounded by thousands.
I've done this once before and I got emotional then and I feel myself getting emotional now. It's just something about it that is so incredibly special. I think it's maybe the commonality that we're all experiencing one thing at the same exact time.
For some, it was about checking something off that bucket list.
I'm from East Africa and I couldn't believe what I just seen.
For others, it marked a new beginning. Hundreds of couples exchanged vows in Russellville, Arkansas, including Michelle and Randy Weller.
We will always remember our wedding day because of this day.
And despite concerns about the cloudy forecast, the views did not disappoint.
You can see the bottom corner coming out.
I think it's coming out right now.
There you go, right there on the right.
Pure magic, inviting all of us who paused for a few minutes today and simply looked up. What was the emotion you guys experienced?
It was breathtaking.
We were at the Indianapolis Speedway with more than 50,000 other eclipse chasers. It's just sliding away. You know, Tom, you and I cover a lot of difficult things to report sometimes, but this is magical. And as the sky quickly darkened, I think we're in totality. We took off our glasses.
Like exciting, happy. Like my heart beating is fast.
I am so happy you guys got to experience this. This is certainly a special and powerful moment that connected all of us.
My mom always promised me a trip to the moon, so this is as close as we get. 1969, watching the first moon landing together. She made it an event that we would never forget. This is to her.
She's with you today.
Thank you.
So much emotion on this day throughout the country. Lester Holt joins us live tonight from Indianapolis. Lester, you've seen a lot, you've covered a lot. Every assignment, for the most part, has something unique, something you won't forget. What stood out to you today?
You know, Tommy, I was thinking of how many weather stories I cover, and you know, when we tend to go on the road for weather stories, they tend to be calamities and disasters. And this was a natural event that the whole country could take part in to some extent. We talked about in that story the connections that were made of a shared moment. It was all true. I think a lot of us didn't know how we would react. I was more emotional than I thought I would be, but apparently I wasn't alone. It was really, really something.
It was definitely special. Lester Holt for us leading us off tonight here on Top Story. Lester, we thank you for that. For more on the eclipse, we have a special guest tonight. Star Trek star and actor William Shatner, the oldest living person to travel into space. He joins us in our spotlight interview tonight. Mr. Shatner, thank you so much for joining Top Story. I want to start with your own eclipse viewing experience. You were in the path of totality in Bloomington, Indiana. What was that moment like for you?
Well, I was asked to speak, to entertain 15 minutes before the eclipse. So I wrote out something that I thought would amuse and amaze people. But I got the eclipse coming up. How can you overcome that? So I gave in to the awesomeness of it. You know, we've all seen pictures of the Webb telescope and the great views of the majesty of space and the incomprehensibility of the power that's going on out in the outer reaches. But it's distant. And all of a sudden, we see a miracle of two bodies lining up to make a picture for the third body. So an eclipse is such a refined maneuver. It doesn't have the power of explosions in space, but it still reminds you of these heavenly bodies moving in rhythm and in line with forces that we don't quite understand, retaining their orbit, retaining their ability to move, and all of a sudden, this coincidence, this instance of magic in which one body moves in front of the other, and it shades it so we can see this unique view of our star. And I looked at this ring of fire through the dark glasses, and again I was amazed at how eternal and majestic the skies are. And here's one small example, but it's a reminder of the uniqueness that we live in. The weather cooperated. Here, it rained this morning. It's going to rain later in the day, but the skies opened up and it was bright blue until we had the eclipse. I was astounded. I was moved to tears. I was moved to understand that in some dim way, the universe moves in majestic orbits and ways that we don't understand. But this one, we did understand.
Mr. Shatner, explain that moment, though, why you were moved to tears. What do you think it was about seeing the moon cover the sun like that brought people to tears?
It was understanding that there are forces beyond anything we can understand. It was something so magical, so unique in that it rarely happens, and frequently when it happens, you're dependent on a clear sky. Even a small cloud can ruin the moment. So unless you have a clear sky and that moment in time, you've missed everything. just the fact that we're looking at a celestial body going through its paces in front of us. We can read, we can look at pictures from the web, but it's like hearing about a car accident and being part of a car accident. The accident makes you understand that there's life and death, and these moments in space reminds you of how the word majestic comes to mind, how unfathomable the skies are. And here in this one instance, we could fathom what happened. The moon came in front of the sun and sent a shadow over a very limited number of places on Earth. And those of us who are lucky to see the totality of it, it's a lifetime experience.
Mr. Shatner, you had a chance to fly on Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin space shuttle back in October of 2021, and you wrote about it in your book, which was called Boldly Go: Reflections on a Life of Awe and Wonder. This is about the journey. I want to read to our viewers what you wrote. You put in the book here, I had the thought that going into space would be the ultimate catharsis of that connection I had been looking for between all living things. I had a different experience, because I discovered that the beauty isn't out there, it's down here with all of us. Leaving that behind made my connection to our tiny planet even more profound. It's sort of interesting to hear your experience with the eclipse, because it almost sounds like it was more profound than when you were actually in space, because you said being in space was incredibly lonely.
Well, seeing the eclipse gives you a nudge of how immovable, how majestic, how you can't ponder the mystery of the skies. But all of a sudden, you see a shadow in front of the sun. My trip into space reminded me of something that I've been doing for a long time, ecology. And I saw the vulnerability dramatically once again, but in such dramatic terms, the vulnerability of the earth. And I was swept with the knowledge that extinction is happening in front of us all the time. Entities that took 3.8
But the good thing is we are not traveling. We do not spend money for the Grab.
To adjust and to the earth and adjust to other things that were evolving. And they're disappearing without us knowing they even existed. The sadness I felt of the millions of things that are going extinct because of mankind just made me so sad that the passage of a complex thinking, feeling thing was gone, and we never knew it existed. That to me carried such sadness, but I only realized that when I got off the ship. And once I realized that I couldn't contain myself, I found myself crying uncontrollably. And every time I think about it, I well up, because the earth is so beautiful. The earth has such grandeur about it. There's something so beautifully connected between man and the rest of nature.
According to him, he cried when he saw the phenomenon.
Thwart it. We deny it. We
He
say,
felt that there
that's
is
ours. We can
someone
cut that
out
tree
there.
down. We can kill that animal. We can spray a killing powder because something is eating our crops.
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
so many ways around it. If we
They will
just
forget because they don't have
in
exact
those
knowledge.
terms about our ability to destroy the earth, and that we can't, not that we shouldn't,
Soon they will forget it.
We can't go anywhere else. Talk about all you want about going to Mars and colonizing the moon. It's not going to happen to the degree it needs to happen. 8 billion people going someplace. We're here. We're stuck with here. We have to clean up our mess. Really, that's plastics, and that's the air and the water.
William Shatner, maybe planet Earth's greatest space ambassador. We thank you so much for joining Top Story and sharing your experience of the eclipse.
Thank you. Well, thank you for giving me a chance to say that to people with feeling and meaning. We all owe a debt to this beautiful earth.
That is so true. William Shatner, we thank you again. And many who were in the eclipse path in totality down south are now in the crosshairs of, believe it or not, severe weather. Heading into tomorrow, large hail reaching 2 inches in diameter, threatening the Dallas, Texas area with tornadoes, damaging winds, and flooding, also a concern in the region. Let's get right over to NBC News meteorologist Bill Cairns, who joins us now live in studio. So, Bill, quite the day, I'm sure, for you, but now there's even more work ahead.
Yeah, and all the severe weather and the bad, nasty stuff held off till after the eclipse. But as you mentioned, there's thousands of people trying to head out of Texas and other areas. And now we have a tornado watch that's up till 8 o'clock. Haven't had any tornadoes yet. We do have some very strong thunderstorms that are racing north. They've now reached Interstate 20. We have a severe thunderstorm warning right over the top of Tyler, Texas. About 60 mile per hour winds are possible and quarter-size hail. And as we go through the night tonight, that's going to be the story. We're going to get some really big, large hail-producing storms. And this will continue into tomorrow. Almost all of Texas, even into Louisiana, 3-inch hail. So we call it like giant hail. That's when you get the baseball size. That's going to do significant damage. That's going to be possible. Watch out in the Dallas-Fort Worth area tomorrow morning about 9 a.m. And this is the area that has the chance for that big hail. And on top of this, it's going to be stormy in this region for 3 straight days. Flood watches are up. Some areas have a chance of getting up to 8 inches of rain. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, this mess, it'll be all through the south. It makes its way to the East Coast, Tom, by the time we get to Thursday night.
All right, Bill Cairns first. Bill, we'll stay tracking that throughout the week. Now to our other major headline tonight. President Trump announcing his position on abortion, refusing to back a national 15-week ban and saying he favors allowing states to decide their own policies on the issue. Democrats and some Republicans now blasting the move, including his former vice president, Mike Pence. Garrett Hake is following the political fallout.
Tonight, after weeks of hints, former President Trump weighing in on abortion, declining to call for a national ban, instead saying it should be up to states to decide on any restrictions.
The states will determine by vote or legislation or perhaps both, and whatever they decide must be the law of the land, in this case, the law of the state. At the end of the day, this is all about the will of the people.
Also stating his own view.
I am strongly in favor of exceptions for rape, incest, and life of the mother.
Mr. Trump's announcement creating intense bipartisan backlash.
Donald Trump just endorsed every single state ban on reproductive care nationwide. If MAGA Republicans put a federal ban on his desk, he'd sign it. Donald Trump is the reason Rose ended. If you reelect me, I'll be the reason why she's destroyed.
While Mr. Trump's former VP, Mike Pence, slamming him for not calling for a national ban, writing, quote, President Trump's retreat on the right to life is a slap in the face to the millions of pro-life Americans who voted for him in 2016 and 2020. The Supreme Court, with 3 Trump-appointed justices, struck down Roe v. Wade in 2022, returning the issue to the states, where some now have near total abortion bans. Others have no restrictions.
I was proudly the person responsible for the ending of something that all legal scholars, both sides, wanted and, in fact, demanded be ended. Roe v. Wade.
But just 36% of Americans support the overturning of Roe, according to an NBC News poll, and the issue has energized Democrats. For Mr. Trump, today's announcement is the latest step in a long public evolution on abortion.
I'm very pro-choice.
I'm pro-life.
We will agree to a number of weeks, which will be...
Oh, you just
Garrett Hake joins us tonight from Washington. Garrett, in many ways, the former president has sort of telegraphed this move. How is he responding tonight now that he's getting criticism on both sides?
Well, he's really lashing out, Tom, especially at his critics on the right, suggesting that Republican stridency on the issue of abortion has cost them elections. It's going after especially Lindsey Graham, who's been an ally of his on other issues, suggesting that Graham wouldn't have even reelected without his support. Donald Trump knows he can't control this narrative in the broader public, or certainly can't totally stop the attacks he's going to get from the left. But on the right, he is very much throwing his weight around, trying to get the rest of the party to fall in line behind him on the idea that this abortion issue should be left in as much as possible to the states going forward.
All right. Garrett Hake for us tonight. Garrett, thank you. For more on Trump's abortion announcement and what it means for the 2024 race, I want to bring in our political pros tonight. Democratic strategist Amisha Cross and a good friend of Top Story, and Mark Lauder, former director of strategic communications on the Trump 2020 campaign, also a friend of the broadcast. We thank you both for joining us. Mark, let's pick up right where Garrett left off there. Will he throw his weight around, and will the Republican Party sort of line up behind him on this stance?
Well, eventually they have to. There's no choice because at least in President Trump, you have someone who fights for life. On the other side, you have Joe Biden, who believes that taxpayers should be funding abortion in the 7th, 8th, 9th month of pregnancy, and that's just not palatable. So let's have this fight at the state level, which is what we were fighting for 50 years to do. And the president has set out the expectations of exceptions for rape, incest, life of mother, support for IVF. And then let's let the states handle this.
Mark, but do you think it's good politics? And look, it might be. Maybe it's a strategy to confuse everybody. But you really have no idea where the former president stands on abortion when you look at his history, when you look at where the Republican Party is, where you look at what he said when he was president, and then when you look at now, what he just posted on Truth Social.
Well, he has come out and said, look, that he thinks that 15, 16 weeks is probably the right area to be. That's where the American people are. The polls show 71% of Americans think that 4 months is about the right time for a woman to be able to make that very difficult decision. He said that he thought 6 weeks was a little bit too restrictive. And so, he's said where he is in terms of broad policies, but what you can get done at a federal level, nothing. What you can get done at a state level is going to be up to the people's elected representatives, which is what the fight about Roe was all about in the first place.
Amisha, I know this is a personal issue for your family. How are Democrats looking at this announcement?
As one where former President Trump is talking out of both sides of his mouth. Quite frankly, Republicans know, and Donald Trump knows as well, that restrictive abortion policies do not win. We've seen this in Virginia. We've seen it now be a ballot initiative in Florida, and that's mobilized a lot of Democratic younger voters and women voters. We've seen it utilized in campaigns, even in the great state of Kentucky, where Andy Beshear ran ads about a young woman who was a victim of incest and sought an abortion. Time and time again, we've seen that at the polls, abortion rights is not a winner, or abortion restrictions are not a winner for Republicans. So Donald Trump is trying to basically ease his way into something that is very interesting to me, because he says that we shouldn't have, federal regulations here. However, on that same token, he's pushing this off to the states. But he made a federal regulation when he decided to choose Supreme Court justices who he knew would overturn Roe v. Wade. That was his federal stance. And he's someone who has gone across the country in previous years supporting the overturning of Roe v. Wade. He's someone who advances the restrictive policies that we've seen in state after state, and has applauded governors as well as state legislatures who have pushed for some of the most restrictive policies. 1 in 3 women in America lives in a state where there are severe abortion restrictions. That is a huge no-go for women, and we've seen it time and time again come up, and when it does, Republicans lose. So I think that Donald Trump right now is playing the semantics game, even though he's already showed his hand.
So, Mark, as you know, many conservative Republicans, even those you work closely with, like former Vice President Mike Pence, are upset with this announcement because they wanted to see Trump back a national ban. How worried are you that this could cost him some voters?
I don't think it'll cost him voters, because I don't think anyone who really values life can afford to sit home. The choice is not just about abortion. It's also about the economy. It's about a secured southern border. And it is about who's going to be out there fighting for pro-life. And so Donald Trump has shown that he is pro-life. He is the reason why we got justices who put this decision back in the hands of the lawmakers that were elected by the people. And so the choice is pretty clear. Whether you're going to have abortion funded by the taxpayers in the 7th, 8th, or 9th month, or if we're going to have some common sense finally injected into this discussion.
And then, Amisha, I want to ask you, President Biden consistently leads the former president polling on the issue of abortion. But take a look at this. In a recent Wall Street Journal poll of 7 battleground states, Trump leads Biden on almost every other issue surveyed in several cases by 20 points. Abortion is clearly one of the only issues where Democrats are playing with the lead. But how can President Biden make an argument for a second term when he's so far behind in all these other different areas?
Well, I think we're seeing him do that right now. One of the advantages that Biden and the Democratic Party has is their overwhelming fundraising haul and individual donors, many of which who are donating monthly, not just big dollar donations. With that being said, he's already amplified across multiple states his ad buys. He is expanding offices. The state of Michigan has over 30 right now. We know he's expanding in Georgia. We know that he's expanding in places like North Carolina as well. And that's going to continue to happen. He needs to increase outreach to Black voters, younger voters, ensuring that he is showcasing the policies where they're actually affecting people's lives. We know that more jobs have been added. He needs to take that show on the road. He's talking about infrastructure. We recently saw the disastrous issue with the bridge in Baltimore. There's several issues that are related to the American economy. The American, we're watching right now the information that came out today on student debt relief and some of the rest of the projects related to decreasing the amount of, or the overburden that many people feel in paying back their student loans. These things matter to the American public. Joe Biden is doing what he needs to do, is developing the messaging strategy and getting individuals shaped up for these battleground states so that people can understand where his policies actually meet them where they are. Abortion rights is a different type of conversation because there are literally women in dying because of this and because of lack of abortion rights. There are women who their children are non-viable, women who had already bought the nursery, women who had already bought the baby clothes, women who've already hosted a lot of the events around welcoming their baby, and that child did not make it. Meanwhile, states across the country, we see Republicans pushing to absolutely not pay attention to doctors and what doctors are telling them to save the mother. We talk about the right to life. What about the right to life of that woman? The right for her to live and the right for her to continue to be able to maintain a level of procreation. Because in many cases, if she does not have those abortion rights upheld, she would not be able to have another child at all.
Misha Cross, Spark Lauder, we're going to have to leave it there for tonight. I'm sure we're going to be talking about this through November and beyond. Still ahead tonight, the deadly shooting in Las Vegas, a gunman opening fire inside a law office. At least 2 people killed, the suspect also dead. The late-breaking details we've just learned, plus dramatic video showing the moment a man tackles someone trying to steal his truck, but seconds later, he's hit by the getaway car in his own driveway. What that man told Top Story about the decision to confront the thieves. Next tonight, to a wild video out of Washington State. It shows a man nearly run over in his own driveway by attempted thieves who appeared to be targeting his truck. NBC's Dana Griffin spoke to that truck owner, and she has that wild video tonight.
Just seconds after getting a notification in the middle of the night, Eric Smith captured on his own Ring camera tackling a suspected car prowler who had been sitting in the passenger side of his truck.
I put my hands on him and grabbed him. At that point, he started screaming, yelling for the driver of the vehicle to help him out. Help, help.
Then the driver of this getaway car backs up, angles toward them, and accelerates.
Felt kind of like a movie, you know. I just ended up on the hood, held on, turned around to see where I was going to impact. I saw I was going straight for my truck. Saw my truck door was open. Just happened to pick up my legs and kick my door closed.
After being hurled off the vehicle and slamming into his own truck, Smith stands up without a scratch to snap a photo before the suspect sped away.
I was a little shaky, so the photos came out a little blurry.
The incident happened last month outside his Pierce County, Washington home. His family now sharing it online to help authorities identify the suspects.
I give a lot of credit to social media.
The Pierce County Sheriff's Department tells NBC News those images led to a potential arrest in a different city, but they have yet to confirm if the suspect is tied to their investigation. The department writing in a statement in part, "We have seen a significant rise in motor vehicle thefts with juvenile suspects. This incident is particularly scary since it shows how bold these suspects are getting and at what costs they will take to get away." According to the department, motor vehicle thefts were up 27% in the county last year.
Just 30 minutes prior to, another person on social media reached out and provided footage of them hitting their vehicles.
Deputies say it's likely the suspects were casing nearby homes, but no other reports were filed with the department.
They got nothing out of it. I have nothing. I don't keep anything in my vehicle, but they were certainly lucky.
Lucky, Eric says, because everyone involved could have been hurt. Would you have done anything different?
Yeah, that's a good question. Absolutely not. There's so many different ways this could have gone, and I think I had probably the best outcome.
Dana Griffin joins us now live from Los Angeles. So Dana, what more do we know about this potential suspect, and why haven't they confirmed if this is one of the suspects in that video?
Well, see, Tom, these car thefts and car prowl cases are often not the first crime these suspects have committed. So While someone has been arrested for a different crime in a different jurisdiction, Pierce County investigators are looking at this person as a potential connection. They tell me it could take months to confirm both suspects' identities. They are using several tools to make the connection, and they want to make sure they have an airtight case. Tom?
And Dana, before you go there, I know that phrase car prowling is being used more and more. Explain to our viewers what exactly is a car prowler? Is it essentially someone who's looking to steal a car?
Well, actually, they're looking to get inside your vehicle and steal the items inside. So they, according to the victim in this case, he says that they believe that that getaway car was stolen and that these suspects were going checking random cars throughout the neighborhood, looking for ones that were unlocked because they were not trying to make a lot of noise, not trying to make a scene. So that's why they are being dubbed car prowlers for going in these trucks and trying to steal items and possibly steal the vehicles.
It's a big problem in so many states. All right, Dana, we appreciate you in that report. When we come back, we continue our coverage of the great North American eclipse. NBC's Gotti Schwartz with arguably the best seat in the house, watching the total solar eclipse from a jet about 20,000 feet in the air, what he saw when the moon and sun perfectly aligned. Stay with us. We're back now with a unique view of today's total solar eclipse. Across the country, millions of people witnessing the rare phenomenon from the ground. But our Gotti Schwartz soaring 20,000 feet to give us a glimpse of the eclipse in a jet.
How lucky are we to have a moon and sun so perfectly aligned that every so often their magical dance allows us to stare straight at the sun for a celestial show like no other.
It turned dark fast and then it turned morning fast.
From the youngest viewers to those waiting for this moment for decades, many were simply overcome by the beauty of today's total eclipse, while we set out for a different view.
We're going to be flying in formation for a little bit. The plan is that jet is going to stay on the outside of the edge of totality.
A front row seat to history from above.
All right, so right now we are in full-on totality. Let me see if I can show you. Look! We are, about 20,000 feet?
Right. The view's breathtaking.
When you're up here and you see the movement of this shadow. Shadow is very dark on this side, very light on this side.
The team from V-Speed capturing a moon shadow passing over Arkansas.
Look at this. Wow. Now it's like this sunrise, but the sunrise is a color I've never seen before. It is like a deep purple. This is incredible. What a happy coincidence.
A cosmic wink to all of us that we share this planet, united under our sun.
I'm super excited. I love hearing the joy behind me with when all of that went down.
It is a life-changing experience. And Tom, what a cosmic experience. I gotta say, this is one of my favorite assignments of all time. The only way we're gonna top this is maybe going to the moon, going to Mars. I don't know, but the future is looking very, very bright. The sun is coming out. It's shining right now, so who knows? Tom, back to you.
I'd be happy just going to Cabo in that jet. All right, Gotti Schwartz, thanks so much for that. Now to Top Stories news feed, and we begin with the shooting at an office building in Las Vegas. Police say a gunman shot and killed two people at a law office before turning the gun on himself. Hundreds of people evacuated to the nearby Red Rock Casino. So far, no details on the identities of the victims or their relationship with the suspect. And the NCAA women's basketball final capping off a historic season with another record-setting night. According to ESPN, a whopping 18.7 million people tuned in to watch South Carolina beat Caitlin Clark and her Iowa Hawkeyes for the national title Sunday night. It is now the most watched women's college basketball game ever. ESPN says it's also the largest audience on the network for any basketball game, men's, women's, professional, or college, since 2019. That's pretty cool. All right, next tonight to the Americas and the escalating tension between Mexico and Ecuador. In a stunning move, police in Quito storming the Mexican embassy and arresting Ecuador's former vice president who was seeking asylum there. Now Mexico severing diplomatic ties with Ecuador, arguing the raid violated international law. NBC's Juan Venegas explains this all for us. Tonight, Mexico breaking diplomatic ties with Ecuador after an unprecedented use of force. Police in Ecuador's capital, Quito, raiding the Mexican embassy over the weekend and arresting former Ecuadorian Vice President Jorge Glass, who had been granted political asylum by Mexico. Video shared by Mexico's foreign minister shows the moment Roberto Canseco, a Mexican diplomat, tries to stop the caravan with the VP from driving away and is tackled by police outside the embassy.
¿Cómo delincuentes allanaron la embajada de México en Ecuador? Esto no es posible. No puede ser. Es una locura.
Mexican officials say the officers entered by force, jumping over the wall, forcing the gate, and hurting Mexican personnel.
México reitera su condena por la violación de la inmunidad de su embajada en Quito y la agresión a su personal.
Glass, who was moved to a high-security prison in Guayaquil on Sunday, arrived at the Quito embassy in December after he was indicted on corruption charges he claimed were politically motivated. Now some residents in Ecuador concerned this stunning arrest is yet another political play.
Pienso que fue una decisión muy política, justamente para, en consecuencia de que el apoyo del presidente está descendiendo.
Ecuador's foreign minister defending the move, saying that there was a risk of imminent escape and that Mexico violated the principle of non-interference in the internal affairs of other countries when they gave Glass asylum. Just 3 months ago, the president of Ecuador stressing the importance of the two nations working together to fight crime in the region to Telemundo's Julio Vaqueiro.
¿Cree que se puede trabajar en conjunto?
Debemos de trabajar juntos. Tenemos un problema similar y creo que podemos, juntando fuerzas, resolverlo de una mejor manera.
But now, that relationship seemingly shattered. The U.S. State Department condemning any violation of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations, writing on X, "We encourage our partners Mexico and Ecuador to resolve their differences in accord with international norms." On Sunday, Mexican diplomats returning back home to an outpour of support. As Mexican officials say, their embassy in Ecuador will remain closed indefinitely. All right, Guad joins us tonight from our studios in Miami. Guad, this is such a strange story. Do we know if there'll be repercussions from Mexico? Because it seems clear from your reporting, Ecuador violated international norms that treat embassies as sovereign pieces of property.
That's correct, Tom. So what we know, this morning, the Mexican chancellor announced that 29 nations around the world have spoken in favor of Mexico and condemning what happened at the Mexican embassy, including some countries from the European Union. She specifically said that the leaders of Brazil, Chile, Colombia, and Bolivia have declared themselves personally in favor of Mexico. And this is going to be key. She announced that the community of Latin American and Caribbean states have called for a meeting for all of the chancellors of the members of that bloc to meet tomorrow. Both Mexico and Ecuador are members of that bloc. So tomorrow's meeting will be specifically to discuss what happened at the embassy, Tom.
Guad, you know, our viewers at home may be thinking about Ecuador, and we had that major story that you were covering for us as well, where an entire newscast was taken hostage live on the air. What exactly is the state of play in Ecuador right now?
Right, so there was a lot of violence that escalated last year because of what was happening inside of the prisons and a lot of the criminals or the organized crime groups in Ecuador that had gained a lot of power. So what happened is the new president came in, and that president cracked down on a lot of the prisons because a lot of these criminals were organizing what was happening outside from inside of the prisons. So we know that the president has taken executive actions to crack down on organized crime. That has been happening, and also part of his administration's work has been to crack down on politicians that they have found to be guilty of specific charges. So the vice president was someone that was indicted when the new president came into power. And at some point, that vice president went to the Mexican embassy, asked for political asylum, and had remained inside of the embassy. But the government of Ecuador said that they had a right to go in there because they felt like the Mexican government had violated some type of law by interfering with what was happening in Ecuador. So it's a very complicated situation. Now, the Mexican government, Tom, has said that they will take this to the International Court and to the United Nations so that they can take the next step as we all figure out what happens next, Tom.
Yeah, clearly it's not the last we've heard about this incident. Okay, Gwad, we thank you for that. Coming up, running across Africa. A British man running across 16 countries, 10,000 miles in under a year. Our partners at Sky News right alongside him as he finally crossed the finish line. Again, he ran across the continent. The first thing he said after completing his goal. That's next. Now to Top Stories Global Watch, a check of what else is happening around the world. We start in Russia, where there's been a flooding emergency in the Ural Mountains near the border with Kazakhstan. New video, take a look, shows rescuers pulling people through the windows of their flooded homes after one of Europe's longest rivers swelled several feet, causing a dam to burst. Authorities saying that more than 10,000 homes are flooded right now. Mass evacuations are underway, with rivers expected to rise even more in the coming days. So far, though, no word on any injuries. Brazil's Supreme Court opening an investigation into Elon Musk over possible obstruction of justice. The tech magnate in hot water for saying he would defy the court's orders to ban some popular accounts on X. The judge accusing Musk of launching a disinformation campaign against the court. Musk will also be fined $20,000 every day for each banned account reinstated. Musk responded, calling for the judge's resignation. And the eclipse, not the only spectacular phenomenon we're talking about tonight. Take a look at this. Smoke rings emitting from Mount Etna in Italy. That is very cool. The largest active volcano in Europe. The near perfect circles, known as volcanic vortex rings, drifting across the Sicilian sky. Onlookers admiring the rare sight, which experts say are formed through the rapid release of gas and vapors from a new crater. Wow. Okay. We want to turn now to a story of an incredible feat. A British man running the length of Africa, covering almost 10,000 miles in less than a year. Some of his supporters joining him for parts of his journey, but he also faced several challenges as well. Our Matt Bradley has a look at the moment he crossed that finish line.
Breathless but triumphant, 27-year-old Russ Cook completing a monumental challenge, running the length of Africa.
Pretty good, I'm a bit tired.
That's almost 10,000 miles, or roughly the equivalent of 376 marathons over 352 days.
I'm just trying to make sure we're going the right way. The realization that my wife got pregnant, had a baby, we now have a 2-month-old in the time he's done this.
The UK native crossing the finish line at the northern tip of the continent in Ras Angelo, Tunisia on Sunday. After a grueling and at times perilous journey across 16 countries, starting at the southernmost point in Cape Agulhas, South Africa, last April.
Day 337.
Cook documenting his journey on social media as he tackled different climates and terrains. But he also had to deal with unpredictable and dangerous scenarios. He says in Angola he was robbed at gunpoint of his passport and phones, and then in Congo he escaped locals armed with machetes by paying them off.
The scariest moment was in the Congo when I was on the back of a motorbike thinking I was about to die. Getting driven into the jungle, that was pretty nuts.
That terrifying ordeal even making him consider quitting.
Probably for about 1 minute thought about quit, and then I realised I couldn't, so that's about as close as I ever got.
And if all that wasn't challenging enough, he was initially denied a visa crossing into Algeria from Mauritania when he turned to social media for help.
I've been following him since he first started, from the very beginning.
His supporters finishing with him on the last leg, in awe of the man who also ran from Asia to London 3 years ago.
I saw the post on Instagram where he invited everyone out. I was laying on my couch. 20 minutes later, I bought the ticket, and here I am. I just couldn't miss a crazy historic opportunity like this.
His run, dubbed as Project Africa, raising almost $900,000 and will go towards 2 charities.
I'm a big believer in sport doing wonders for people's lives, and it changed my life.
Though Russ has more in store, for now, he's just looking to unwind.
I've got a whole list of ideas. But I'm keen to chill out for a moment. Like, spend some time with the family and stuff. You know?
Matt Bradley, NBC News.
We thank you for watching Top Story. I'm Tom Yamas in New York. Stay right there. More news on the way.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.
You and I, we could rule the world. Spend the most paper, kiss all of the pretty girls. It takes belief in your one self. That's more powerful than anything you pull out your own belt. Some of these heroes.
Oh no, wait, let's make you nice.
I have history. I've got to get a good seat. You want history?
Steiner, Ontario, where General Ladik Kamenko was caught hiding in what appears to be pig's manure.
Oh, that's gross.
The
world's most feared tyrant in his day, as was his father.
General Kamenko vanished a decade ago during a global initiative to end his reign of terror.
Gotta go.
I'm
Come on, we gotta stop this. I'm gonna keep this smothered.
Don't forget to wear your helmet.
Yeah, don't worry.
The 7th Canadian Division had penetrated deeper into France than the British or American troops and overcome greater resistance than any other beachhead except Omaha Beach. Now, turn to page 69.
This is crossing into creepy territory, Jack. Oh, that's good. I gotta get that. Let me know when you start collecting your fingernails and used tissues.
Das ist ja unmöglich. So, instead of learning, Mr. Bouchard would rather draw pretty pictures of fair damsels. Mr. Bouchard, methinks you would be better served taking notes than sketching portraits.
Because old people should be seen and not heard.
Mr. Bernstein.
Sir, yes, sir. I asked my mom to give me a note to skip this class. But no, exercise is good for you. It'll help build your muscles. What muscles? I'm the muscles of a guy who spent too much time. Whoa! 63.8 miles per hour. New high school record. Hello, Earth to Jake. Why don't you just put us both out of our misery and ask Angie out?
That's fair. What are you, nuts? Grew up with her. I've known her since I was 4.
Even better. It'd be like dating your own sister. And not a creepy dating your own sister kind of way.
What? No. Forget it. I haven't talked to her in years. She won't even notice me.
You could start by developing a personality.
I have a personality.
Moody loner is a red flag, not a personality.
Shut up.
Craig's throwing this huge party tonight. Ask her to go with you.
No, I can't.
Why not?
That is why not. Todd Tom's dad.
You guys ready?
Ever see that guy play football? He's like a human killer machine.
Human killer machine? That's a good name for a band. You see that? You should cold shoulder Todd.
Jake?
Hey, Angie. Oh, no, please, keep it.
I'm not really hungry, so. So earlier in Sterling's class, that was me, right? And that picture?
You know what? It's funny that you asked me that, actually, because, yeah.
Can I see it?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
Wow, this is really good.
You think so?
Yeah, can I keep this?
Yeah, sure. Totally. You really like that?
Well, I mean, it's Snow Picasso, but...
Well, that's because all of your body parts are in the right place. Arms, so... speaking of body parts being in the right place, you probably shouldn't tell Todd where you got that.
Todd? We broke up like 2 weeks ago.
Does he know that? Just because on the field earlier he seemed really...
Oh, yeah, he's been trying to get me back, but, not interested.
Really?
Angie, Craig is having this big party tonight, and I know this is really late notice, and I'm sure you have plans with your peeps because you probably have peeps. But I was wondering if
Are you asking me out on a date?
you're right. That was a stupid idea. Shouldn't have done it. Why ruin our friendship, right?
I mean, we haven't really been friends since we were like 4 years old.
You're right, but something like this could ruin it for like another 13 years. So,
How about you pick me up? 8 o'clock?
Really?
Yeah, 8 o'clock. Does that work for you?
Yeah, 8 o'clock is good. 8 o'clock works.
Okay. I will see you at 8.
Yeah,
Picasso, you are cute when you're confident.
confident. Got it. So, how did it go? Did she reject you? She said yes, man. You're kidding.
What can you say about the thousands of civilians that you had executed?
That is a lie. That is a lie. Oh, that is a lie. All of you, that is a lie. Your accusations.
Jakey's in you.
Yeah, it's me.
It looks like
I've been home for an hour. Where have you been?
Sorry, I was getting ready. What do you think?
Very handsome. Thank you for remembering.
Remembered what?
About tonight.
What are you talking about?
Second and last Friday of every month. Dinner with Grandpa.
No. Not tonight.
Why not tonight?
Because I have a date tonight, Mom.
You can hang out with Wendell another time.
It's not with Wendell. It's with a girl. Please don't laugh.
It's hard. Seriously, who's it with?
You know her. It's Angie Wagner.
Little Angie Wagner? How is she?
She's a hard 10. That's how she is. And I'm like a soft 6. If I blow her off, she will never talk to me again.
Okay, well, you know that Grandpa only gets out of that awful old folks home twice a month to have dinner with us, so...
We can do it tomorrow night. Any other night, just not tonight, please.
No. Twice a month, no canceling. Old people need consistency, otherwise they get confused.
He's already confused. He thinks people are watching him.
Being in the armed forces has made Grandpa a little...
Crazy?
Jake Bouchard. You can see little Angie Wagner afterwards. You're dancing with Grandpa.
Yay.
Be nice.
So, what tall tales is Grandpa gonna tell us tonight, huh? Nazi zombies? Communist garden gnomes?
They were suspicious looking garden gnomes.
Yeah, because in this house, that's totally normal. Hey, Dad, what's Grandpa doing?
There was a van parked by the Grossbergs, and he won't get out of the car because he thinks it's a surveillance van.
Are the Grossbergs having a circumcision?
Jake, cover the TV. Oh, and the blinds.
Blinds.
We still do this.
Television's coming up.
Sure are.
An electrician too.
Yep.
First, surveillance truck finally moved.
Yeah, of course, Dad.
Hi, baby.
Let's do it.
Are you enjoying your chicken, Dad?
Yes. Did I ever tell you that the Sanders, right? He was the worst cook our unit had.
Oh, you knew Colonel Sanders, Grandpa?
During the second occupation of Cuba, Private Sanders, he used to shovel mule poop, right? So there was no finger looking good, and trust me. And basically, I kind of invented the style of Kentucky Fried Chicken. Me and my men, but not my men, this special unit I had, we called them Devil Scum, right? We decided we were going to ambush. This supply truck was right off the coast of Cuba, was right off the shores there. So we go hit it, right? We had nothing in it, except the cab is full of chickens. Now we're starving to death, right? So I tell Sanders, hey, get that spice rack. I should throw them in it, right? So 13 spices and herbs later, history was being put.
On the box here it says 11 secret herbs and spices.
Jake,
No, he is correct. Saunders took out one herb and one spice, so that's 11, and that's why I don't get one royalty out of the whole deal.
You know what? Can we just spend like a little bit more time eating and like a little bit less time in Fantasyland?
Jake, Michael, Bouchard. I'm sorry, Dad. Jake's anxious because he has a date tonight.
Huh?
Really? With a girl? Why is that so?
Got yourself a little hot chick.
Yes, actually.
I just figured out the...
Mom?
Dad.
Okay. All right, listen. You have some protection.
Mom, Dad!
What the heck? What's the matter? What are you ashamed? What are you, something to be ashamed about that?
Well, that was awful.
He's nuts. He lives in his fantasy world, and you guys just let him. Look, he's doing it again. He thinks the house is full of microphones. He's putting X's all over the walls. It looks awful.
I expect you to offer him a full apology when you drive him to the nursing home.
Driving back to the nursing home? I'm not doing that. I gotta take Angie.
Well, your dad and I rode to the airport, and I still have a million things to pack.
He's gonna ruin my date before it even starts.
You're the only one who can do it, and you know that your grandpa won't take a taxi.
We fancy? Look, Angie, I am so sorry. I had no idea this was happening tonight.
It's fine. I think it's nice that you and your grandfather are so close.
So, are you sure you're okay to get to the party, though?
Yes, totally. It's fine. I'll meet you there.
Okay, great. I try not to have too much fun without me.
Okay, well, no promises, Picasso.
Hey, Brett, I just wanted to apologize for what happened at dinner. Tonight means a lot to me, and I didn't mean to disrespect you.
You getting hit or something?
Hello?
Hey, Picasso. Guess what? My ride died on me. It's leaking oil or something?
Yeah? Are you okay?
Yeah. I took a shortcut and ended up on Rambler Street right in front of the old abandoned sock factories. Not the best neighborhood to be stuck in. Can you, pick me up?
You know what? I actually still have to drop my grandfather off. Could you give me, like, 30 minutes?
I can call Todd. He's got a full set of tools.
No. I'll be there. Just don't move.
That's boy. Battle of the Bulge, huh?
Okay, you know what, Grandpa? When Angie gets in the car, I need you to just not talk. Okay? I just need you to be my normal grandfather like everybody else's normal grandfather. Just for like a few minutes, please. Grandpa, do you hear me?
Yeah. Normal grandfather.
International reaction to Prokofian warlord Vladimir Kamenko's sudden death is mixed. French President Jacques Kamenko.
I knew his father. He was a terrible dresser, man, but he had some nice teeth. Like, you know,
This is where she said she was.
You sure about that?
Yeah. Yeah, there's an old sock factory. Where you...
This is your phone?
Yeah, it is. Supposed to call the auto club and then dropped it somehow when they picked her up.
Yeah, here. Perfume. Gasoline. And manure.
What does manure have to do with finding? What are you doing?
Looking for footprints. There's more than one of them, too. That's not good.
What is that stuff?
It's called aluminum, kid.
Hey! Hey, where you going? Rip! here. Hey, what are you doing? You can't just wander off like that, all right?
What are these tire tracks doing here?
Who cares?
These are Goodyear EV330s, issued government vehicles only. The same ones were on the ambulance and the SUV that passed us earlier.
Okay, so they're EV30 whatevers. Can we go now?
I think your girlfriend got herself mixed up in something really bad.
For the last time, Grandpa, she's not my girlfriend, and if I don't get to that party, she never will be. Okay?
What are you doing?
I'm calling my friend Wendell. He's at the party. He's going to tell me that Angie is there.
Oh, wait a minute. I'll tell you what. If she is at the party, you take me to the home, feed me a tuna fish sandwich, pat me on the head, and we're done. If she's not there, we do things my way. Deal?
Fine.
Not fine. Deal.
Deal.
Hello?
Wendell, are you at the party? Is Angie there?
No, she isn't. Craig's folks didn't leave town. Party's canceled.
What, are you serious? What? Do you know where she could be?
Listen, dude, I've got more important things to do than survey the whereabouts of your girlfriend.
She's not my girlfriend, man. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Let's go.
Where are we? What are we doing here?
It's an underground arms dealer. These guys may help us figure out where they took your girlfriend.
Yeah, whatever you say, Grandpa.
You know, this is a special from a Tokarev automatic handgun.
Where'd you get that?
They have those tire tracks. They're right there. Let's go.
What's the password?
Moon landing was a fake.
Don't touch that, kid. Those are MIG 69 Super X bombs. Unless you like to be barbecued to a crisp. Come in.
Let's see.
Thank you. So, what can I do for you?
Ever seen me before? You a cop? Military intelligence.
Your kid? Ransom.
No. Let me see that.
Talking of 7.6 millimeter. Nothing new. Did you unload any of those lately? Was it to you? So my grandson here, his girlfriend got kidnapped, and I found that right at the place where we believe she got taken. And why should I care? Well, because in about 10 seconds, I'm take down this big gorilla of yours, put the other gorilla in, and put this one in a coma. Then when I ask you the question again, you'll be in a world of hurt.
You know what I think?
Yeah.
I think you should play nice and go home to grandson.
Grandpa. See, I'll bet that you're thinking, who's this old man standing in front of me who's not afraid? Am I right? And you're also thinking, what does this guy know that makes him so fearless? He's crazy, right? That's what most people think he's crazy. But then, again, maybe he's not so crazy. Maybe he knows exactly what he's doing.
Enough.
I'm gonna put it down.
Put your guns down.
Get up. On the ground, boys. Don't move anywhere. Now, I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you move any of those shells lately?
Just last week, buyers from out of town wanted some.
Yeah?
And they took full crates of automatics and weapon and ammo.
You wouldn't happen to know anybody's name, would you?
Some mercs there from Chris Crash, I don't know.
Krakowians?
Kamenko.
Guy from the news?
Son, you stay right behind me. Boys, face the other way and walk. Relax, just keep walking. Come on.
Police! Everybody! Hands where we can see them! Hands in the air! Hands where we can see them!
Sir, please put your weapon down. Leave those two alone. These are friendlies. Evening, Major Crawford.
Hey, but
Hey, you're the rabbi that was up.
Mr. Bouchard. I'm Captain Steinberg with Aspen. Well, one might wonder why we should find you here. This is very unexpected.
I want to talk to Maddie Harper.
Who's Harper?
She's waiting for you. Please, follow me.
Come on, let's follow protocol.
Take off the cuffs. Please leave us. Mr. Bouchard.
Oh, please, call me Jake. Or Jakey, my grandpa calls me Jakey. Where is my grandfather?
Don't worry, Mr. Bouchard. He's close. I'm an old friend of his, Madeline Harcourt. Your grandfather and I served together.
Oh, were you one of the Devil's Scum?
Excuse me?
The Devil's Scum, Grandpa's old Special Forces unit?
He told you he was in a Special Forces unit?
Oh, I won't, say anything. I'll keep it to myself, I promise.
Mr. Bouchard, what else did your grandfather tell you?
Where do I start? Let's see, he told me about North Korea. He told me about Mao. And how that Argo movie was all wrong or something. What are you guys doing about Angie?
Angie?
Yeah, she's my... we were supposed to pick up a girl. Her car broke down, and then we got there. She wasn't. Grandpa thinks she's mixed up in something. She was kidnapped.
Mr. Bouchard, did your grandfather ever mention to you that he received a Section 8 from the military?
I don't understand.
Your grandfather hasn't been on the active duty roster since 2005. He was found mentally incompetent.
But he's not mental.
Perhaps it was stress, maybe shell shock. We had him on desk duty for a few years, but sometimes an idea pops into his head and he runs with it without realizing how insane the idea is. It's actually quite impressive how detailed the fantasy world is he can create.
Okay, but what about Angie? She is still missing.
Just because you don't know where she is doesn't mean she's missing. We'll look into it. I'm sure she's fine.
The shell casings. He found 2 shell casings at the place she was supposed to be.
Did you happen to see him pick up those shell casings?
Well, no.
Part of your grandfather's dementia is that he collects all sorts of odd bits of military junk.
Spent shells, old scraps of enemy uniforms. He's probably been carrying those shell casings around for the last 20 years.
So we didn't do a raid on Mouseville. The French Foreign Legion, the affair with the double agent.
All fantasies.
Wait, no. He took down that big guy at the garage where the rabbi picked us up. I mean, that guy was huge. He used his bare hands. You should have seen it. It was amazing.
Even old people, when they have to, when they need to, they can turn it on for one last mission. I know this is hard for you. Your grandfather loves you very much, but he can no longer function by himself. Not until we get him back on his medication.
So what happens to him?
We're going to move him to a veterans hospital. In a few months, you'll be able to see him again. We've left word for your parents. I'm sure once they get it, they'll come straight back. Everything's going to be fine.
Yeah, sure.
Take good care of him, Mr. Bouchard.
Hey, you guys in there. Hey, look at me. I am not moving, okay? You get my little hardcore to come in here. I am not moving. Take a look right here. I'm gonna stand here like a rock, okay, until I see you. You got me? Hey, Maddie. Hey.
What? No salute for a superior officer? I'm a commander now.
Well, then, there you go, Commander. You always did like being on top anyway, huh?
My, oh my.
Where is my grandson?
We're taking good care of him.
Well, I'm sure you are in the Angie Wagner situation.
Yes, Jake's girlfriend. We found her car in a garage where she had it towed. She's probably having a great time with her friends. Sorry she stood up your grandson. Looks like a nice kid.
He is.
broke down and there was an ambulance and these SUVs and they shot 2 people. He did, that man from the TV.
Okay, Angie, calm down. Tell me where you are.
He saw me and he took me to I don't know, it's somewhere by the water. Like, I got out of the room they were holding me in and I got this phone, but I don't know how they're gonna be back.
Tell me, Lou, what were you thinking, blowing your cover like that?
I wasn't thinking very much.
That's the cover story you chose, Lou. We were ready to retire you to a beach somewhere.
Well, I really never expected this night to happen.
Didn't you? Coming up with that story about Jake's girlfriend being mixed up with the Krakowians?
That is where all the evidence points.
And on top of that, he tells me you divulged classified information. And you told him about us.
I told him about a double agent. I didn't use your name or anything. But what's the difference? He's used to his grandfather telling these wacky stories all the time. He never believed a word of anything.
He thinks you're the greatest thing since the personal computer.
Yeah.
Tomorrow we'll relocate you to a safe house.
Would it be all right if I said goodbye to my grandson?
What for? It'll just make things harder for everyone. Excuse me. Yes?
Officer, you're needed at the control.
I'll be right there. I've got to go. Here. You've got clearance. Get yourself a cup of coffee. Catch a nap in the officer's mess. We'll move you out in a few hours.
Okay, thanks.
I'm sorry it has to be this way, Lou.
Yeah, well. Okay, screw it. Thanks. That Angie Wagner thing, you sure about that, huh?
She's fine. Quit torturing yourself. Get some rest.
I've been doing that for years.
Oh, and Lou, don't do anything stupid.
I'm getting too old for the game now.
Yeah, let's get up. In my country, they kept saying, if you hide it out of my nose for 3 days, you don't come out smelling like the roses. Congrats, you had the Monica. Oh,
This does nothing. Good night, Roger Rabbit.
We could take the beef and connect this hideout.
This just came in through 911.
Play it.
Hello, my name is Angie Wagner and I've been kidnapped. My car broke down and there was an ambulance and these SUVs and they shot 2 people. He did, that man from the TV.
Okay, Angie, calm down. Tell me where you are.
He saw me and he took me to I don't know, it's somewhere by the water. Look, I got out of the room they were holding me in and I got this phone, but I don't know if they're gonna be back.
Call 911. Give them our clearance information. Tell them it was a training call.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, I'm here to bring the kid back to Madam Hawkwood. Here you go. Okay, let's go, Jake.
No.
Listen. Look, we don't have any time. I'll tell you about everything later, all right?
I know all about you.
Yeah?
Section 8, everything.
It's not true.
No one told me.
Look, quite a few people in this world would like to see my ass dead. So they did this cover story.
No, man, I'm not going anywhere with you. Look, I'm tired of everyone telling me what to do, okay?
Listen, Angie is in a lot of trouble.
No, she's not. Just because we can't find her does not mean she is missing. She must be fine.
She is not fine. And if we don't move, and I'm talking about right now, she's going to be a lot worse than not fine, okay? Look at me. I am not crazy. How do I know? You don't. You don't, but you do know that I'm your grandfather. You know I'm kind of capable. Look, as you get older, you're going to have a lot of these moments. When they happen, the best advice I can give you is you listen to your heart and your guts, and you won't go wrong. So, what do you say?
Put up the interrogation room. Zoom in. Damn it, Lou. Call security at the entrance. I'm sure they can stop Major Crawford.
Yes, ma'am. Are they looking for us?
I don't know.
Hey, good. One moment, sir. Are you Major Crawford? Yes, I am. Are you shocked or unconscious?
That's the trouble with this generation. They have no stamina.
Ma'am. Hey, so what are we supposed to do? They have our car keys.
I don't need car keys. I got my
bobby pin?
No, it's the original bobby pin. It's my money clip, my nose plug, temporary suburbia, and my logbook. Come on.
Right, but there's a gate.
Screw it here.
We send men after them.
Once you get kidnapped by Kameko.
Kaneko? No, he's dead, remember?
Here's what I think happened. Angie's on the way to the party. The car goes on the fritz, and then she makes that phone call. After the phone call, she hears something from the alley. She runs out. She sees this ambulance. But the patient, he's not dead. He's very much alive.
I see movement.
What is it?
Let's go.
So, they kidnap Angie, and they get a car towed.
So Kaneko faked his heart attack.
Oh, man, he's indicted on war crimes. He's got to get out of here. Angie's his insurance policy. If we can hack into the 911 system, we can get a location. That's it.
We have to talk to Wendell.
Who?
Wendell, trust me. He's the guy.
Stop. Hey, it's Jake. It's Jake.
Look, I need you to hack in the 911 phone system.
No,
Yeah,
it's impossible.
not for you.
It's a government system, heavily encrypted. Maybe if I had my own terminal, I could.
That's your government terminal. Would you do it? Come on,
Okay.
get up.
Oh, now?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Major Lou Crawford on my doorstep. You come to finally pay off on that car game?
Oh, well, I need your help, right?
Come on in.
Harry, we brought Wendell here to hack into the 911 system because we're tracing a phone call.
Meet the last of the Univac 2000s. Built it myself, like everything else in here.
It's so funny.
The calculator on my phone is more sophisticated than this thing.
Remember the caps you got you fooled into thinking that phone of yours was the cat's teeth, but I ain't never met a communication system that could keep out old reliable here.
My phone's from Korea.
Koreans make phones? Well, what's next? We make pals with the Cubans?
Actually,
Listen, Sonny, if you want to break into a government system, my Univac is the only game in town. Let me show you something else here. hell went with you? The seventh cup, all from the same bag.
Tea? Oh, tea? What about my 911 call?
Right. All right, boys. You, go over there and wait until I tell you to throw that switch. You sit down here and wait till I tell you to push that button, all right? Okay, get ready.
This is safe, right?
Well, we'll soon find out. All right, flip the switch. Press the button. Everybody, come here.
What's with all the car alarms?
Electromagnetic surge. It's to be expected. I'll hear about this in the morning.
Where's your Wi-Fi code?
Why what?
Never mind, I'll just improvise.
Hey, Terry, what's that?
Batteries. Elon Musk's team design. They can feed this entire building for a month.
If I can link your computer to mine, I should be able to establish a connection to the 911 database. I'm in.
And locating our time frame. Let's see what we have.
My cat stuck up the tree. Now it's down again. My name is Angie Wagner, and I
Stop, that's it.
My car broke down, and there was an ambulance and these SUVs, and they shot two people. He did, that man from the TV. He saw me, and he took me to, I don't know, it's somewhere by the water. Look, I got out of the room they were holding me in, and I got this phone, but I don't know when they're going to be back. So, no, baby.
Come on, you gotta find that, buddy. Come on, please.
I've retraced where the signal came from.
What do we do now, Grandpa?
Let's get the rest of the scum. Boys, I'm going to give you our paratrooper and time and fool Mrs. Mother.
Is he dead?
Did you make it? Hurry.
Please let me go, Mr. Mother.
Give us a little love, brother. Help me out. What does it take? Hey, Will. Harry, Wolf. Hey, Mother, you. This is a surprise. Oh, hey, boys, this is Wolf. He's an explosives expert. The man of the cloth. Some things do change.
Don't leave me hanging. I got a special.
Some things don't.
Grandpa, you sure that we're supposed to do
Should have come to play games with old Giovanni, huh?
I gotta tell you, I play to win.
Good evening, Giovanni.
Major. I thought you were dead.
I don't think so. No. No, but I'm a little old. Well, look, maybe you can help me. I'm looking for some gun crazed weapons engineer and a camo expert.
You think about it for about a week. I get back to you. Louis! Don't you dead? Scum! It's the scum! You're a bunch of scum! That's what you are! Oh, God! You're still alive! You're still alive! You're all old people! What do you do? You have to rest home!
You got anything you want to confess
you can stick that right where the sun don't shine. Holy kids. Gentlemen, behold, a veritable Geppetto's workhouse of military wonders, where the warrior in you can find everything he needs to achieve his greatest dreams. Yeah. Hey! Get away from that gun!
I'm sorry.
You ruined my coffee pot!
I said I was sorry, okay? It just looked cool.
You ruined my coffee pot.
That's too bad. That was really good coffee.
Okay. At 7:45 this afternoon, my grandson's girlfriend was kidnapped by Greco-Koreans. Flamenco. All right, so this is the warehouse. We're not old enough. We got 4 entrances here. What we have to do is coordinate the strike at each one of those entrances. What we need to do first is get 2 cameras from these opposite corners here so we're covering the whole place. Now, along this west wall here, there's a bunch of these transformers. And we'll need you to sneak in there and throw that switch off for diversion. Pop it off. Okay? Pop it off.
That's amazing. They're acting like CIA?
Here's your
They are acting like CIA?
line. To the roof. And then rappel down.
And then they are all.
That's why I mean, don't push it. All right? Harry.
Usually the CIA are the young ones.
You're coming through the north, that's water. In water. That reminds me, I stole one of them suits, so the deep diving.
Yeah, I have that. That's vintage 1944.
Nice.
Still works, I think.
You think? What do you mean, you think?
50-50. I'm kidding. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Wolf, right outside the east side, about 100, 200 yards down the road, there's this trolley. I want you to load it up with explosives and run it into that door, splintering it to smithereens, okay? Just like we did in Saigon in 71.
Whoa. You're kidding, man.
Well, do I look like I'm kidding? Yeah.
Hey, whoa. Take it easy, guys.
I want to talk to you about our assault vehicle. What happened to the scummobile?
I sold it.
Seriously?
I'm sorry. I needed the money.
It's not your fault, okay? Now, is there any chance that maybe you got something else? You got another kind of vehicle? That means yes, but
yes.
Good.
I made it myself.
Come on, boys. Let's.
Wow. An original 1979 Volkswagen Transporter, too. This is awesome.
Lou, what in heaven's name are we supposed to do with that?
It could make a great base game.
Are you serious?
I kind of like it. It looks pretty cool.
But we gonna die. Are we out of our friggin' minds here?
Hey, Wolf.
Wolf, nothing. In case you haven't noticed, Major, we're no youngsters anymore. And I got myself a woman, and I'm a priest, and a damn good one.
You let us think this thing through. Let's sleep on it, all right?
I don't sleep good anymore. I pee 8 times a night. 6 in the toilet.
I don't think it's a good time for this.
Enough of that, okay? Forget this crazy talk. We should all go home. Forget this night ever happened. Look, I love you guys. You're gonna do what you're gonna do. You gotta go with you. I'm out of here.
I think Wolf has a point, Lou.
place, fellas. Welcome to my church. Might do you some good.
That's it? This is the double scum I've heard so much about? The men who assassinated Hitler, who fronted the Tet Offensive, that's it? You know what, just go. Leave. But I will never forget this night. You want to know why? Because this is the night that I learned about bravery. And I learned it from hearing stories about you men. The devil's scum. Look, my generation, we have no idea how good we have it. Okay, we text on our smartphones, we update our statuses on Facebook, we listen to our music in the cloud, all without realizing that this world is a safer place because of men like you. Men who fought so that kids like me could be free to text and tweet and like and poke. You know what I said today? I said that old people should be seen and not heard.
It's true. I heard it. Thought it was very disrespectful.
Okay, well, I was wrong, Wendell. Old people have a lot to teach my generation. One thing they don't have to teach us is how to quit. Because we already know how to do that. You know, the devil's scum. You guys took on the world when the world was a dangerous place. You know what? The world is still a dangerous place. And now, more than ever, we need heroes. There's a girl in trouble tonight. Big trouble. And she needs you. She needs the devil's scum. So go on. Leave. Quit. Do what you want to do. But I know two people who aren't going to quit. Right, Grandpa? Strange.
No. There's three of us.
What do you say, boys? Chance to go out on our shields.
Wendell?
As long as I'm home before breakfast, Mom's baking chocolate chip pancakes.
Nobody pulls us apart. Not before we break them apart.
All right, sun's coming up. Up jump the devil, boys.
Thank you, sir.
Did you drink already, my love?
No, I'm drinking.
You sure you boys won't be here?
Oh, I'm so scared I might pee my pants.
Yeah, I'm all in.
I'm too old for this.
Mother, you all clear up there?
Eagle Eye, 2 birds on the roof.
Cage them all. All.
Copy that. Sleep well, soldier.
Harry, there's two coming towards you. Don't blow any bubbles, okay?
Where am I going again?
The eyes are on.
Roger.
It's exposed here. Watch for me.
East south eyes.
Hot.
Copy that. Gino, don't move. You got a guy coming.
Fix him up.
We clear?
Yeah, you're all clear. Now turn up that switch.
All right. Here we go.
Eagle Eye, you ready to fly, brother?
Oh, yeah.
It's working.
It's time.
Yeah. Okay. What do I do if you need help?
I will help you.
Hey, Grandpa. Be careful.
Whoa! No. Oh, don't look down. Don't look down. Don't look down. Whoa, look down. Oh, no. Oh, there goes my last kidney. Oh. Gotcha. Oh, I gotta get up. Oh, good. There you go. That's good. It's easy with cartilage. Okay. Here we go. Real simple. Oh, my back.
Why isn't he flicking the switch?
Lord, please protect me so I can kill it myself.
Jim, come on. What the heck's going on?
Oh, hold on. I slipped disc. Too much.
Harry? Which one of those tanks did you take?
The one with the smiley face.
That's happy gas, you idiot.
I want you out of the water right now. General, there's some activity in the water. Something going on down there.
Preso Krampus Beer.
Tropurskilua!
We might have got some troubles.
Troubles?
Troubles! L-word! L-word! You don't know that word, troubles? Idiot! You know that word?
You know that word?
Strap!
There's something going on. Looks like you guys have been alerted.
All right. We'll use that as a distraction. Let's go.
Okay, they're gone.
Yo! Hands up! Thunder up!
How you doing?
Now, one of you guys help me out of this thing?
Gio, how are you? Not so good. You?
Oh, pretty good. Not bad.
Let's do 9.
Pretty good, not bad.
Grandpa, they're all busted.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure about Mother, but the others are. What do we do?
Just stay in that truck, okay? Just stay in that truck. Do that for me, please, okay? I'll take care of it.
Grandpa? Grandpa? We gotta do something.
fight the Krakowians? We've got midterms next week. What are you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing?
No, Mike.
Thirsty.
You don't even know my name.
This. Batteries for my pacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Pacemaker.
Peacemaker.
Pacemaker.
You know that thing's no.
Yeah, whatever, you Krakowian cabbage.
Shut!
You shut.
You shut!
Shut you.
Leave him alone.
Let go. Let go. Let go. Who are you, old man?
Nobody you care to know.
Nobody. Oh, nobody says the a man in the green bush. Hello. Hey. And you are here to do what, huh? Arrest me? Oh, what are you old fools thinking, huh? Come on, guys, is this a joke? Huh? Is this a joke? I love jokes, what? Is this a joke? Come on.
The soldiers.
Oh, is that so? And from what century? And your commander? Oh, okay, I see. All for one and one for all the old farts, huh? Oh, come on, bunny rabbit. You don't like that? Nishnos, Pradesh. I really hope you guys wear your old man diapers.
Hold your fire. Hold on. Take it easy.
Thanks, Lou.
Angie, you all right?
Who are you?
Lou Crawford.
Wait, what? Major Lou Crawford? The Major Lou Crawford? The...
Could you stop that? I'm trying to have a conversation over here.
Oh, sorry, Lou. Come on. Yeah. The Major Lou Crawford, the same Major Lou Crawford the KGB called what? Choknate Kanukian?
Crazy Knock. Yeah. So you know all about me, huh?
I received my military education in Stalingrad. Your exploits were required reading.
I'm honored.
Don't be. I was sent to Stalingrad to study after my father was killed. In action. By you.
It's official. We're host.
You probably don't even know who my father was.
I pretty much remember almost everybody I killed. He wasn't a very nice guy.
He had a family.
You had a brother? Your sister?
Younger sister. She teaches children how to swim.
Mother?
Of course.
You see your father. He should
Yeah,
have thought of you
communicating,
people before he tried to buy that enriched uranium from one of my spies.
I killed that spy a few years ago.
Excuse me. You mind if we go and sit down while you guys have your pissing contest?
Yeah, no, that's all right. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I'm good with that. Yeah, okay, sure.
Look, we all know that you faked your death and that you try to get out of the country. So, in the nicest way, I'm asking you, why don't you let this poor girl go?
I would hope that your superiors know. They helped me plan my escape. Maddie. Yeah, call it a little payback for all the help I give Aspic in the early 90s. I helped you take down the Berlin Wall. Now you help me get away from all those unpleasant war crimes trials. I don't like them. I don't like those, you know? But they just don't know that I'm going to kill all their men and leave the country on my own. But I'm crazy like that. Crazy like that. Our ride is here.
What does he mean, our ride? Oh, don't worry, guys. They can't shoot us here. Leave too much evidence. They'll get caught before they leave behind.
Very good measure. Man, you still got it. Or I just shoot you now and take my chances with Aspic.
Oh, I'll see, please.
Don't you have a backup plan?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, you won.
I'm sorry, Lou. Kill them.
What have you done? Mr. Wolf! How about me?
He will dance.
I'll take you upstairs for insurance.
Come on, Vanilla Rabbit. Hop. Let's get together.
Stay here.
I can do that.
Race it, old man. How you doing, Harry? They're gonna get a big charge out of this, mother. Hurry up.
Grandpa?
You little witch. If you cannot break the spirit, break the body. Come on. Come on, little spirit. It's okay, come on. Come on, girl.
What? Did that old man is your grandfather?
He's awesome, right?
Yeah, well, we have to go. He was on the second
You know
floor.
where he
He
is?
saved me. Yeah, we have to.
Hello, kittens.
Angie? Better up. I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking to yourself, why isn't this kid scared of me? Am I right? Of course I'm right. You're thinking to yourself, what does this kid know that I don't know that's making him so fearless? Maybe he's insane. But maybe, just maybe, this kid can take care of himself.
Grease it up,
How did you find me?
Grandpa.
Well, what about your grandpa?
What? How's that for confidence?
Yeah, no, that was good.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, no, I liked it. That was good.
Grandpa, hey, come on, let's go.
I'm empty. Don't ask me. I'm out. Time to plug her in.
Switches. I think I'm ready.
Hold on, these still.
Hey, do your magic.
Wait, what? Pino!
Oh no! They're very smart. What is that? Ah, the battery.
Harry! I love you, Harry! God works in wondrous ways. With a little help from you, Harry, I knew you could do it.
Watch out!
Je vais kill you all. Fini de mich kaputt, Avi. Bluff.
A backup plan. So 2 MID 69 Super EX mines and they'll barbecue your ass to a crisp.
What are you, some kind of big soldier now?
Nope.
Huh?
Major Lou Crawford's grandson.
They're only smoke bombs?
Yeah, I lied.
That's my boy. You guys stay there. Do not move.
Come on. Hey, you okay? Well, that probably hurt.
Good job, son. I'm proud of you.
It's not from the best.
What did you say?
Look, I got it. I got it. No, I'm not that old. I get it.